So yeah, you actually know that there are so much.
Okay, so we are going to kick off when it is 5 minutes past 5 so that we don't waste much of our time. Okay, so I guess we'll just kick off, right? Okay, so good afternoon, good morning, like I said earlier. My name is Temitope Omishuri, and I'm the marketing and growth lead for Data2Bots. So I'll be moderating this event for today. So I would like to know where we are all joining from, your name. Can we just put in the chat box where you're joining us? Let us know your name, your location, what you currently do, and your expectation for this event. Okay, so let's drop that in the comment section. Want to know where you are joining us from. Okay, I can see. Hello, my name is Jennifer and I'm joining from Lagos. Welcome, Jennifer. Okay, so let's have it come. I think we are 32 on this call, and so let's make this engaging. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Leo from Lagos, a data analyst. Welcome, Leo. I am Joy from Abia State. Joy, welcome. Okay, this is Fidel Imasoin, data analyst, joining from Kaduna. You're welcome. Justice, joining from Lagos, graphic and website designer. Welcome. Okay, I have Chooks. I am Chooks from Lagos, infrastructure engineer from FBN. Welcome, Chooks. Let's have it coming in. Okay, Kolakbo from Lagos. Welcome. Fatai, joining from Lagos. You're welcome. Tosin from Lagos, data analyst. You're welcome, Tosin. Sheyi from Lagos, content editor. You're welcome. Dami from Lagos. You're welcome. Okay, I have Yasha from Zimbabwe. I'm a business analyst. You're welcome, Naomi. Okay, Gabriel from Lagos, safety officer. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's have it in. Let's have it in. Emmanuel from Lagos. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, so that we don't waste any much time. Okay, so today we are here. Basically, this is the Q&A session from the Data2Bots team. We are here to answer every questions but surrounding the academy program. I know a lot of us have reached out to us to know what exactly Data2Bots Academy is, and that is why we have decided to create this session to be able to answer these questions that is bothering your mind. So for this event, we have the CEO in person of Dami OK that will be answering these questions, as well as Ogosa, aka OG, is from the extended team. So he will be answering questions as well. And as well as from me, I'll be answering your questions for this event. So when I mean extended team, OG from extended team, what do I mean? Okay, so Data2Bots, we have an extended team, right? This extended team, they were people, this team were people like you as well. They just saw Data2Bots somewhere and decided to join. And during this period, they've been able to get upskilled, right? And now we can now potentially call them data engineering consultants. So they're on this call with us and they're joining in from Netherlands, right? So this extended team, they work with organizations or they in organizations in the Netherlands. We have organizations like the Randstad, Nike, Philip, T-Mobile. So we have them on this call, and I would like them to just wave before we continue. So I'm going to call on Israel to just wave his hand so that our guests can see you. Okay, I don't know if Joshua is Joshua. Okay, let's see Joshua then so that we don't waste our time.
Hi guys, nice to
Okay,
meet you.
yeah. Okay, so Augusta, OG.
Hey guys, nice to meet you all.
All right. So before we so why we are on this, so I just want us to have an understanding and have our expectations high because this session you're going to really hear from these people from Dami and the team and have a deeper understanding of what Data2Bots is, right? So before I hand over to Dami, I would like to introduce. See, I want drum roll. I want engagement in the session before I introduce the CEO of Data2Bots because we have to drag him from his busy schedule to come and answer these questions. So drum roll as I welcome. Oh, okay, so can I have on the screen the profile so that you can deep dive into it? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be. I want the engagement coming in before I go on. Okay, so Dami, okay, is an IT consultant with more than 15 years of experience in building data solutions that companies use to make vital business decisions and increase profits. He specializes in business innovations, AI and machine learning, data solutions, and software development. Having worked with industries in the medical telecoms, human resources, banking, insurance, and asset management sector, Dami has amassed a wealth of knowledge of what business desperately needs to improve their bottom line. Dami is the CEO of Data2Bots, an IT consulting firm that focuses on data, cloud, and digital transformation. He is also helping young techies to transition into becoming highly sought after data professionals by providing a training platform for them in the Data2Bots Academy, and also upskilling platform, which is also a upskilling platform in the Data2Bots talent pipeline. So with me, please join in and welcome Dami, okay, the CEO of Data2Bots. Please, Dami, over to you.
Cool, thanks for that warm introduction, Temitope. So, and thank you all for joining, for taking time to listen to me today. What I would like to achieve here is to build, a relationship between Data2Bots and yourself. And how can I do this? By telling you a bit about the history of Data2Bots, telling you about, what the Academy is all about, telling you the opportunities that lie behind the Academy, and of course, answering some of the questions. So, Data2Bots, we're a very young company. For those that have been following for quite some time, but why, who are we exactly, and how do we even come into existence? So, I've been in the IT consulting for quite some time. Fast forward, I decided that, okay, how can I help of the requests coming in from our clients, to be able to fulfill all of this request. I started working with several freelancers. The freelancers that I bring on board to help in, working with our end clients. We just noticed that after a while, a freelancer comes in for 2-3 weeks, or for 1 month or 2 months, I still have to work hard with this freelancer, upskill the freelancer is gone. Okay, and most of the freelancers I've been working with are mostly from India, Eastern Europe, and not really Nigerian, which is my own home country. I decided to, think of a new idea of, is it possible to actually, bring in some young Nigerians, upskill them, and actually, deliver them to these clients to be able to solve some of the problems they had. So fast forward, that's the history of Data2Bots, and that's why we started talking more about the consulting, and we're still a consulting company, but also the extended team. So what exactly do we do within Data2Bots, right? So we have basically what we call the talent pipeline. We have the Academy and we have the extended team. Okay, so the Academy is a new initiative which you all might know. It's something that we're not an edutech platform. You need to get that in quotes. Okay, we are an IT consulting company. We saw that we needed to upskill people to be able to, get them into the extended team who are the consultants. And we saw that we're spending so much money, so much time, because the talent pipeline is a paid program. Okay, we pay people to upskill themselves. And we saw that the timeline was too long. We are unable to meet the demand of our clients because they keep asking for more people, for more knowledge, for more skill, and we don't have enough people. Okay, so we decided that, okay, the success rate in the talent pipeline is between 20 and 25%. How can we reach more people? How can we help more people? How can we give more opportunity to people? Okay, so that's why we started Data2Bots Academy. Okay, to be able to give, this opportunity to more people. And the whole idea behind the Data2Bots Academy is not a regular edutech platform that you see out there that want to train and tell you, go swim. Okay, the whole idea behind the Data2Bots Academy is to actually take people from 0 to hero, such that we can bring them into the talent pipeline or give them other opportunities. Okay, so that's the whole idea behind it. And that's why you see that we are not, like, our vision didn't start from, trying to have an edutech platform to train people. That was not our intention. We actually started this because we want to get people into our talent pipeline and give them the opportunity that we all have today. Okay, so the next thing I'll be talking on is, why should you even consider the Data2Bots Academy? Okay, one of the major reasons I would say we should, or anyone here listening to me should consider the Academy, is because of the opportunity it provides. Okay, there are 3 possible outcomes you can get from the Academy. The first is you get into the talent pipeline. That's the first possible outcome. The second possible outcome is that you get an internship opportunity. Okay. The third possible outcome is that we place you with one of our clients directly, so not through the talent pipeline or the extended team. Okay, which means that we find out that, okay, this person has succeeded in completing the entire modules within one of our career path. Okay, and we then place you directly with one of our clients. So like I said, there is the idea behind it is how can we put a person on a career path. So not training a person, but how can we put such person on a career path such that the end product is actually transforming the person either into a new job he or she didn't have prior to that time, or actually hiring the person within Data2Bots itself. Okay. One of the major challenges we've seen is that people have been really concerned that, oh, there's so many beginners stuff or I'll say topics in our beginners model. So like it's not really advanced. They have a lot of knowledge about this already. The data actually shows us that for those who come into our talent pipeline, okay, they have a we have a huge dropout rate, and because most people that have actually tried to learn things themselves don't have proper guidance, don't have proper mentorship, don't have the exposure to the kind of technologies or the kind of projects we have for them. So I'll be leaving the floor right now to Temi to take over, but that will be my short introduction. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Dami. Thank you so much for this opportunity. We really appreciate it. And as a result, okay, so Dami has been so kind now to give an opportunity, right? So this opportunity is for many people that really want to benefit from this learning and data academy program. So the goal is that, or the main focus is that we are going to be giving out a discount, 35% discount to people that want to participate in this program. Now, this 35% discount is for this particular timeline. That means within this session and immediately after this session. So if you go back to the platform, you will be seeing 25% off. And we feel like more people that feel like they want to change their life in this 9 months. If you look at, we already have 3 months down, we have just 9 months. So it's now left to you to make this decision of, what do I really want to gain from this 9 months? Do I want to be a partaker of this program such that by the end of the year, I'm looking back and say, oh, I can now take on roles, internship roles as a data engineer, or I just sit behind the fence and still be among the people that will still celebrate the end of the year. So the ball is really in your court, and we are giving this opportunity based on the attendance we have, please. So for you to, because we feel like for you to have created time to attend this event, it means that you really are passionate about this and you want to push further into your career growth. And that is why we are just considering only those that attended this event, right? So if you know that this is really a big opportunity for you, I would encourage that you jump on this call so that you would not have to go to the 25% after this event and still make payment, right? So the ball is still really in your court. So while we wait for this, I want us to drop our questions in the chat box while I read them out, and we can go on with the question and answer. So please drop your questions. Any question you would like us to answer today, please drop them in the chat box and we will take it on from there. Okay. It's like we don't have any question. And that is the main reason why we are here. I know some people will come back and start asking questions. You have Dami here to answer the questions. So please drop your questions in the Q&A session, or the chat box rather. Okay. Okay, Moshood is asking, what is the talent pipeline? Dami, please, can you answer? Yes, please, cool. Dami, please.
So the talent pipeline is an upskilling program. It's not the academy. It's a time-boxed upskilling program where we achieve, there are 2 possible outcomes in this program, okay? The first possible outcome is that we hire you after the short upskilling into the extended team, and the extended team is basically where we have our consultants, which include myself, okay? Or we place you with one of our clients directly. We have partners in the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, and we're also developing partnership gradually in the Scandinavian. So in case we don't give you the opportunity to be an extended team consultant, we are able to present you to one of our clients who need our consultants, but there are not enough consultants as a permanent employee within their company. So the talent pipeline, you need to see like a passage where we basically we think of the tech skill, but we also think a lot of the soft skill. The soft skill in the sense that our client has certain requirements. Okay, so how do you communicate? How do you think? How do you work in a team? What are your project management skills? So certain things we try to, like, let's say you're already a done person through the academy, but how can we, like, do the finishing touches within the pipeline such that you can become a consultant? So it's a passage to land you the right job.
All right, thank you so much, Dami. Okay, Leo is asking, what time will the class hold? OG, I think you want to take that.
Yes, so the class is supposed to hold Monday to Fridays for a period of 3 months, 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Although we can organize extra lectures during the weekend, but that is really dependent on the students, but these are optionals.
Okay, and to add to that, the class would kick off in April. So even if you want to register, you just have this week to register. And if you don't meet up, I'm sorry, maybe next year or you join the next cohort, which I don't. So I would just implore us to take on this opportunity, right? It's not a regular kind of opportunity that you just see, right? Some people will just want to train you and just leave you. We are going to hold you by the hand, right, through the process. The goal is for us to see that by the time you are leaving data to the program, right, you can confidently take on roles that you would not necessarily have the idea to. So it's not just about learning the skill. We want to follow you on to ensure you have globally certified certifications and just ensure that you achieve your goal of becoming a data professional. So are they doing, for someone who does not have time to take the course now, can I join the next cohort? Okay, so Oji, do you want to answer that?
Yes, so there are different cohorts. So we are launching with just a single cohort for now. So we are going to organize these cohorts in batches. So the next cohort would most likely come the next 3 months after the first cohort has finished. So you can also join the next cohort, that's no problem. Yeah.
Okay. Joshua is asking, this is Kodri. Kodri is asking, I'm a data engineer with over 1 year experience. My tech stack is Python, Airflow, GCP. What package is available for me? Dami, do you want to answer that?
Respect to you for, of course, spending 1 year in the data engineer space. I've been a data engineer for 15 years and more now. What we've seen is that the tech stack you are exposed to, are you exposed to it from, are you exposed to those tech stack from just using them on a very small scale? Or are you actually exposed to those tech stack from solving real world problems that create value? Okay, that's one of the major challenges we've had with people that that have come directly into the talent pipeline without going through our well, the academy is a new thing, so it's not like it's been existing for a while. 1 year doing something does not mean it's a year of experience. I guess all of us in tech already know that, right? You can have 5 years doing something that basically doesn't create that value, but you can have 6 months doing something that would basically make you become 10 years ahead of your mate. That's what tech is all about, right? So I cannot say for sure. Hearing your tech stack sounds interesting. Okay, you talk about Airflow, which is an orchestration tool. You talk about GCP, which is a cloud, right? You talk about what again do you have? Python,
Airflow,
right?
GCP.
So and that brings me to what we actually do in the beginners model. Okay, so the beginners model is focused strictly on 0 to hero Python and SQL. Okay, which means that we expose you not just to basic Python, but we take you through all levels of Python from a data perspective, not from a backend developer perspective. Okay, so that means that you would see the kind of project you'll be working on. Okay, so Python is just a tool. It's nothing but a tool. I've seen people telling me they've been using Python for years. So, it's just a tool, right? But what we do in this program is that we expose you to problems within that time that you would see how to apply it in the level at which we want you to apply it. So, the package available for you, it's your choice. Okay, I cannot really tell you what is available for you. What we have available right now is the beginner's model with a focus on data engineering. Again, we don't look at things from the stack or the, no, we look at it from how can we build your career such that we can hire you or recommend you to one of our partners. That's the goal. So you really have to decide that yourself.
All right. Thank you so much, Danny, for giving us insights with that. Okay, so Jafar is asking, can I join the program at the intermediate level after this 3-month beginner level program? I think you just answered that, right? So I think at this point, based on the explanation Danny just gave, it's dependent on you, really. But I feel like it would be nice for you to really understand. It's not just about having the skill, right? How do you apply this in the real world, right? You have people that are doing this over time, year in, year out. So in this case, they are guiding you based on what this industry needs, right? It's different from it. It's more like a path, like a flow for you to have this understanding in the real world setting. So I feel like based on that, you have to decide if you really still want to go into the beginner module. So the other question is, Chukuma is asking, when will the other launch out? Machine learning engineering, AE, and cloud engineering. OG, do you want to take this?
That would launch somewhere next year. So our focus right
Okay.
now is data engineering career track. So we are focusing on completing the beginners, the intermediate, and the advanced level. So that will be somewhere next year. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay, Gabriel is asking, do you think data engineer can give me edge against all other odds? Dami, do you want to answer that?
Okay, so I can confidently say that the most difficult role in the data space is data engineering. Okay. Well, a machine learning engineer can argue otherwise, because definitely you need certain level of data science together with data engineering and DevOps. You need a couple of skills, but then you will still have to go through that basic data engineering day-to-day experience to even be able to move to that level of machine learning engineering. We've seen people, data scientists, saying that they're machine learning engineers. People give themselves so many names nowadays, right? Basically, what I can say is that a real data engineer knows that if he has another career path to choose, he's going to choose that, because he knows that it's one of the most difficult job you can have in a data space. It's actually the most difficult. We have a system whereby we measure the level of difficulty within the career paths that we have within Data2Bots, and we know that day to day that our data engineers are like the toughest breed of people we have. Okay, to answer your question, the answer is capital yes, YES.
Right.
It would give you the edge above all other odds. Yes.
Thank you so much, Dami. Okay, so Idowu is asking, I am currently working and I close by 5 p.m. Will the classes be recorded, or is there provisions for weekend classes? OG, do you want to take this?
Yes, the classes will be recorded, and the recordings will be made available immediately after the lecture. There'll be no provision for classes that you've missed, but there'll be provision for classes to level up your knowledge on a particular topic. So those are other classes, but no, there's no going back to a particular class, but the recordings are always available.
All right, thank you so much, Oji. Okay, so we have here, hello, is it going to be like, okay, we've answered that. Also, when it comes to softwares, are we going to buy the softwares, or there will be links provided to get them? Oji, do you want to take this?
No, you're not purchasing any software, at least for the beginners module. You'll be provided with materials to write your code, so Jupyter notebooks, where you're going to write your codes and see solutions to those codes. So for now, you are not buying any software.
All right. Okay. Fidel is asking, what will happen to those who finished the academy but did not make it to the talent pipeline? Dami, do you want to take this?
Yes. So I've said there are 3 possible outcomes for those who successfully finish the academy with Data2Bots stamp on them. Let me say that, because we can only promise, we can only give what to promise. One of the outcome is that there will be internship opportunity. The second outcome is that you will get to the talent pipeline. Again, when I say this, I'm saying those who successfully finish. You have to understand that for us, it's all we need is 2 things. your commitment, the time, of course, and the second thing is, of course, your registration. So getting on board. All right. Then we can then do the rest. Right. So, and the third outcome is that we present your profile to one of our partners. What I've seen is that our partners trust in our services, they trust in our consultants, and they keep asking for more. And that's why, we are discussing this today. So if you drop out of the academy, which means you didn't finish the 3 modules, or we do not give you a satisfactory completion, which means you finished because you just finished, and you didn't really get the level of commitment we want, yeah, we cannot promise you anything. What we need from you is your time commitment to do what we asked you to do. And the second thing is, of course, getting into the academy.
All right, thank you so much, Dan. Okay, Emmanuel is asking, is this program solely for solely using AWS, or would GCP be considered? OG, do you want to take this?
So the program is actually solely using AWS, so it's AWS specific, and that is in our advanced module. For the beginners and the intermediates, we are not using any cloud computing specific tool. So for the intermediate, we're using open source like Airflow, dbt, GitHub, Terraform, IAC, and all of that. So for the advanced level, we are AWS specific with AWS specific tools like S3, Redshift, and all of that. So yeah, we're not using any GCP for now, or any other cloud computing service. Yeah. All
right. So like I mentioned earlier, the 35% discount is available for this section, right? Because we don't want those that took the 25 to, so you have to just jump on all of this. After this session, it will go back to the 25% discount. All right. Okay. So Luis is asking, for machine learning, will there be advanced class, or will everyone have to start from scratch? OG.
Yeah, everybody will have to start from scratch, just like the way the data engineering career track is created. That's the same pattern the other career track will be created to as well. So we have the beginners module, the intermediate module, and the advanced module. So for the beginners module, just like a preparatory into the intermediate module, programming, SQL, version control, best practices, and all of that, unit testing, and all of that. So there is always going to be a preparation towards what is coming ahead for a particular career track.
All right, thank you very much, OG. Gabriel is saying, in the world of AI, do you think data engineer can have an edge in 10 years to come? Dami, do you want to take this?
For those of us that have been around in this data space for quite some time, we've seen changes, right? I would never say this is what I'm doing, this is what I was doing 15 years ago or 16 years ago. No, I mean, we've seen changes. Data engineering has just split into analytics engineering and data engineering, which is still core. That just happened in the last 3 years, right? So we will keep seeing changes, and we cannot totally say how that change, would result, but data is going to be around for quite some time, and we're going to need people to crunch those data. Whether you're a machine learning engineer, you're a data analyst, or whatever, career path you choose to follow, 10 years from now, we can't even deal with all the data we have. It's not possible, right? It's the new life. We have to live with this. Right. So it will be around for the next 10 years and more.
All right, thank you, Dami. Okay, Abiodun is saying, good evening and well done, Data2Bots. Thank you, Abiodun. Okay, for sure, yes, the word okay. Okay, somebody is asking, is there any accounts to directly transfer to OG? Do you want to answer this question?
I think you should answer it, Tim.
Okay, so at the moment there is no account to transfer, because we want to have your database, right? So if you're paying directly to the website, we can have your data and follow up on you. So we don't have any account you can do transfer to. So you could just make use of the page on the website. So for people who are complete novice to the tech world, how soon can we catch up? OG?
Yeah, you can catch up really fast. That's the reason why, like I would say again, we broke this career track into 3 modules: the beginners module, the intermediate module, and advanced module. The beginners module will actually make you catch up, even though you are like 5 years behind and all of that. So it's like a very good preparatory class, basically training you on Python programming, SQL, handling files, version control, good practices, unit tests, and all of that. Everything you need to know concerning, getting into the intermediate career track and being a data engineer. So you can really catch up real good, real fast.
I would like to
thank you so much.
add something to that. So we do not force people to register in the beginners model. We advise you to register in the beginners model. We know that there are basic things such as 1 + 1 = 2, but we've also seen that there are things that Audrey just mentioned. We have things OOP, we have unit testing, we have a couple of other complex things, that regular developers don't do. The reason why we ask this is because we don't want you to be discussing things in intermediate and you'll be sending us back. And the second part is that we also need to validate you and say, oh, this person is actually our breed, okay? Because being our breed matters a lot to us, okay? Because we are promising something. A lot of people have learned things, by just, firefighting things, but we want to make sure that you are our breed. We can promise you that, hey, the outcome of this is what it is. These are the options available. If you just come to the advanced module and think, oh, I just take this and I'm gone, we cannot sign you. It's unfortunately, except you are exceptionally, which is clear, you're exceptionally, that person that we're like, oh my God, okay, this is one of them. And that's a random chance. So my advice is, please, if you are really interested in the advanced Data2Bots Academy benefits, which means the kind of benefits that comes at the end of it, I would advise you that we'd like to have a track of you through our entire 9-month system. Irrespective of the career path, it's always going to be 9 months, because we know over the years that how do you call it? It's been difficult for people to actually get the depth of things. I should also mention that some of our employees will be scouting for people, right? They'll be scouting for, like, oh, okay, this person should not be in the beginners. Can we have a talk with this person? And this person should be actually 4 or 5 years or 3 years or 1 month or 10 months ahead. Pull the person out of. So again, it's not about just putting you there and teaching you stuff and saying bye. We are actually looking for the right talents to bring into the talent pipeline and give the opportunities that they deserve.
Okay, so in addition to that, I think it's more of just support and mentorship. It's not just about the training. Do you want an organization that will really take you through the process, through thick and thin, right? And also, please note that the internship is available to those that participate in the beginner, intermediate, and advanced. It will be nice, because it will not be nice to have people in the advanced competing for the internship slots, right? So please take note of that when you're considering which of the modules you should join. Okay, so Franklin is asking, is there really a difference between data engineering and data analysis? Wanted to register for data analysis, but was told it's only data engineering available. Or does data engineering cover the analytics part also? Dami, do you want to answer this?
Yeah, there's a big difference between data analysis and data engineering, okay? So big difference in this, you just said it yourself. One is analysis, one is engineering. Let's start with that, okay? One focuses on basically, trying to give some KPIs, key performance indicators, or reports, or some kind of metrics, I would call it. So deriving metrics from data, that has nothing to do with engineering. It has zero engineering thinking. You're basically thinking, oh, I have this data, I have either this database or this tool. I want to basically wrangle the data and give some output metrics. That's what the data analysis does every day of its life. There are several tools people use depending on how mature the company or industry is. It's as basic as Excel or SQL or Python, whatever. There are a lot of tools you can use to do data analysis. Data engineering is a totally different thing, right? You really need to start thinking like an engineer, starting with the basic principles of, let's even talk about standards, such as not repeating yourself, such as trying to separation of consent. So even the mindset is different. So the mind of an engineer and someone doing an analyst are totally different mindsets, okay? And also the technologies are different. You guys might be using Python together, but Python is used differently. The way an engineer will use Python is not the same way an analyst will use Python, okay? So they don't have the same mind.
All right, thank you so much, Dami. Okay, the way is asking, is the internship coming after the first module? Okay, like I mentioned, the internship is for those that participate in the beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So if you participate in the advanced or beginner, or you are not doing the other aspect of the program, you are not going to qualify for the internship. I'm sorry. So please put that into consideration. Justice is saying, is this available to people without a university degree? Would that be a hindrance to their career growth? Dami, do you want to answer this?
Yes, it will affect. If you're in the university, it will not affect because you still have an end goal of finishing your university degree. Within Data2Bots, getting the opportunity within Data2Bots, it will affect you. If it's an internship, it will not affect you. But if you're looking for to get into the extended team through that, and without a university degree, yes, you cannot get into the extended team without a university degree. You can get an internship. Also, I don't think any country in Europe would hire you you're just an intern. If you don't have a university degree, you're an intern. Even those who have master's degree are still interns, let alone someone. So it's a basic requirement to get to the level to compete globally. So yes, it will affect you. However, within Data2Bots, of course, if you are a great student, great candidate, or a great talent, you have a chance at an internship.
All right, thank you so much, Dan. Okay, Louise is asking, what if you can't afford the tuition fee? Well, because we believe many people will not be able to afford the tuition fee of 90,000 naira. That was why we considered, okay, let's look at ways we can give discount, right? So I feel like if at the moment you can't afford it, maybe you just wait till the next cohort, right? And see how you would also benefit from this. But if at the moment you can't afford it, I would just advise you just wait for the next cohort, or you jump on to the 35% that is currently available, and which will no longer be available after this session. Okay, so Leo is asking, is internship available to all who take part in the 3 modules? Yes, it is not guaranteed. Please take note of that, because the goal is to see that we have people that are really committed, right? They are doing the hard work and they are participating. They are doing every other thing that they need to succeed and graduate as a talent, right? So it is available to everyone. It is not available to everyone who take the 3 modules, but considerations will be given to people that are doing the hard work, that are committing and making sure that, okay, they get this done. They didn't come and play, right? They have a goal mindset. So please take note of that. I believe if you are coming and you have all of this checked, because if I'm coming, I would have a goal of being an intern. So I believe when you are joining, you should have a goal, a focus on making sure that you are a participant in the internship at all costs. So please put that into consideration. Okay, Mobolaji is saying, the training time falls into work hour. Will the training be recorded to have access after the live session? I think OG mentioned this, that yes, it is going to be recorded and you can have access to this session. I heard me talking about the 30% discount and asking them to sign one time. But I'd like to ask about someone like who had paid for the program with 25% discount. Okay, so I know that this might be a clash or whatnot. The goal was to make sure that, because some people really want to make payments, right? But they've been back and forth about the payment, and that is why we have just made it available for only this session, because we believe for them to have even still created time to join this program, that means they really want to join it, right? And that's why we have just decided it is going to be a very short time. So after this session, we just go back to the 25% discount, and every other person that is still interested can still partake in the 25% discount. And please note that this week is the last week we are taking payments. So the class will start in April, meaning that we will not be able to take in students. And it will not be, if you say you want to, you won't be able to meet up or join with this cohort. That means you have to wait to the next cohort, right? So please, if you are not going to be making payment for the 35% discount, you should not miss out on the 25% discount for this new week that is coming, which is going to be available only for that week. So from next upper week, you would not have access. The cohort will be closed down till when we open a new cohort. So please take note of that as well. Any system recommendation for data engineering program? OG, do you want to have this? Linux, Windows, or MacOS? Mac
Okay.
OS.
For the beginners module, there's no system specification or OS for that. But for the intermediate, you would need a Linux operating system. The reason why we need that, because you're going to be dealing with tools like Docker, Kafka, PySpark, and these are really sensitive tools, and our class are really geared towards the Linux operating system. If you're using Windows, yeah, you might be a little bit far behind, and there's going to be a lot of issues back and forth and all of that. So I advise that probably you create or you download the virtual machine or use a Linux operating system. If you're using a Mac, that's fine, you know. but Windows, it's a no-no for me.
All right. Okay, so Abiodun is Joshua. I don't know if you want to. Can we give Joshua the room to talk? He's raising his hand so that we can continue from the question and answer. Wonderful.
Yeah, just
Can we have?
add to what Audrey said. So also for a Windows, you can have the Linux subsystem installed on your Windows, and that actually gives you a bash terminal. So what Audrey is trying to say is that we are going to be using the bash terminal most of the times to actually demonstrate things like bash scripting, where we actually type our commands. And so we don't have different commands across terminal systems. That's why we actually suggest that you use a bash terminal. So on your Windows, you can have a Windows machine, but you install the Linux subsystem or download Git bash. Just try and make sure you have like a bash terminal so you can follow along and use all these commands.
All right. Thank you so much, Joshua, for giving insight to that. Okay, so Abiodun is asking, what is the criteria for entering into talent pipeline? Dami, do you want to take that?
So the criteria has been changing, because it's been getting more difficult to get in. That's just the truth. I remember when we started, there was no timeline. Now we only accept people that we can within 3 months to 6 months. That's the maximum we accept people. You need to be able to get through the pipeline in 3 to 6 months. The criteria to get into the talent pipeline is that within 3 to 6 months, so if you apply right now, I guess we always have open opportunities. Within 3 to 6 months, we will be convinced that you will be able to, get through the screening phase. So we have a screening phase, a conditional acceptance phase, and an unconditional acceptance phase. So you have just 6 months or 3 months, depending on your level, to get through there. So it's of course you have to do an assessment. You do an assessment. You would have an intake with myself or one of my colleagues. So there's always some initial kind of recruitment process, and you come in, and when you are in again, that does not mean that you will get to the end. And that's why we always, talk to people, give them feedbacks ASAP, let them know where they are deviating. So just be ready. That's all. That's the easiest criteria. Be ready. I wouldn't lie to you that it's tough because it's a bit of both soft skill and hard skills. So it's not just hard skills, but also includes some soft skills.
All right. Thank you so much, Dami. Leo is asking, when does the 35% discount end? The 35% discount would end after this session. I'm sorry, because we want, as much as we want people that are willing to and committed, right? So please, the 35% discount will only be available for this period. After we take it back to the 25%. So Idowu is saying, I'm having difficulties making payments. Can I transfer to a bank account? Sorry, we don't accept bank accounts. I think you should still keep trying, or you send an email to what we have on our screen, academy.data2bots.com, but we don't accept bank accounts. Okay, Alexander is asking, please, can we get extended time for the payment of the fee for the 35% discount? No, I'm sorry, please. It's 25. It's only going to be available for this session. What about HND? Yes, I think Dami has answered the question similar. Yes, you can still participate in the program.
Yeah,
Git
but sorry
okay.
to interrupt, Timmy. Sorry to interrupt you. An HND is 100% fine by us. It's considered a first degree. It's a translation of a BSc for us. It doesn't make any difference. But an OND is not the same equivalent. So an HND, yes, it's considered as a first degree for us.
Okay, so Leo is saying the academy site is not accessible for verification of email. I do not think so. Do you mean now, or I think we'll come back to that. What's the total payment for the 3 modules? Okay, so at the moment, the total payment it's supposed to be 270,000 naira, right? But for the beginner module, it is 90,000 naira, and we cannot guarantee the discounts we have now for the intermediate and advanced. That's why we say, you know what, for the beginner module, let's get in people at the current 35%, which will go back to 25 after this program. So yes, the program is 270,000 for the total program, but for the beginner phase, it is 90%. It's 90,000 naira, but we are giving a discount of 35% after this, within this period, but immediately after this session, it will go back to 25%. So we have it at 67,500 for 35% discount, but we have it at 57,500 at 25% discount. No, sorry, 67,500 at 25% discount and 57,500 at 35% discounts. I don't know if you got that. Etinosa is asking, what do you think would be the effect of large language model on the data engineering space? Dami, do you want to answer that?
What do you call it?
What do you think would be the effect of large language models on the data engineering space?
I'm not sure I understand what large
question.
language
Okay, maybe you
model
should
is.
rephrase the question before so that we can take it on. We don't have much time. Would the discounts also be available for the intermediate and advanced level or just for the beginner mode level? Dami, do you want to answer that?
Yeah, I mean, we cannot guarantee that. This is so for those who are here, I'm sure you're going to see this happen. I think at some point it's even going to be difficult to get into the academy. That's just the truth, right? The reason is simple for us. Again, it's not about just getting people in. We have the academy because we want to actually get people through the pipeline, right? So at some point, it's going to become really difficult to even get into the academy. So yeah, I think my answer to that question is that it will be difficult to get into the intermediate, and to also be difficult to get into the advanced if you don't start with the beginners model.
All right.
Or does
Thank
that
you
answer
so
your
much,
question?
Dami.
Maybe I want to be sure that the question is actually answered correctly.
Yes, the person is asking if there will be discounts on platform. I think we cannot guarantee that. Really.
Yeah, I cannot really guarantee. Yeah, we cannot guarantee that because again, we've not even made it available yet, right? We want to see how things are with the beginners. So my advice is join the train when you can. That's my advice. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Dami. Okay, so I feel like we should give. That's if you know your question has not been answered. I think we should give 3 people. I think I'll just be checking the first 3 to raise their hands so that we can give them room to talk before we call it. If your questions have not been answered today, can you? Okay, I have Audrey. He raised his hands. I'll just pick. Okay, Audrey 1. I'm just going to pick 3 persons. Okay. Do we have any other person that wants to ask a question? Okay, I have Emmanuel and the last person. Okay, I have Emmanuel Opu and Emmanuel Ekpesu. Okay, so can we give them room to talk? I don't know if we have. Wonderful. Can we unmute their mic?
Yes, they can talk now. Please
All
go
right.
ahead.
Okay, Audrey, please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Audrey from Lagos. So I was the one who asked the question beforehand that I have over a year experience. Yeah. So over a year experience as a data engineer. I've been using Python for like 3 years now, but specifically as a data engineer. So Python is not a problem for me. So the reason why I'm asking that is that when the link was dropped, I can see only beginner there. Yeah, I just want something that I'm not saying I cannot join the beginner, but I can only see the beginners data engineer track on the website. So is it possible I wait till when the intermediate is back? Because currently now, like my job entails I currently work remotely and I handle ETL pipelines on GCP. That's what our employers use. We use other cloud infrastructure, but mainly GCP. That's their requirement. So all the technology we are using, maybe it's data ingestion, data processing, everything is done on GCP. So that's my question. So now for people like me, is it that I have to still take the beginner course, or is there something like an intermediate or advanced track? Because I've not used AWS before. My only knowledge is Azure, a bit of Azure, but mostly GCP. Thank you. That's my question.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. Oji, do you want to answer this question?
Yes, I will answer your question. So you have about 1 year in the data space and you're majorly more of a GCP engineer. So I'm going to answer the question with basically what we have. So we have the intermediate career track and the advanced career track, focusing on basically core concepts in data engineering space. So for our intermediate career track, we have open source tools like Kafka, PySpark, and all of that. These are data processing tools. We have IACs and all of that. So even though you have knowledge on GCP, you also can participate in the class and get some more knowledge on AWS and all of that, and open source too as well. You should also partake in the beginners module. I feel like there are other things that we're still going to discuss that maybe probably you've not encountered before, or maybe probably you've done before, but it's still in a, or like this is a standard that you must participate in the beginners module for you to be considered into the talent pipeline, if at all. So I don't think the beginners module is really optional, but I think that the intermediate and the advanced module is really going to give you concept that I'm very sure that you've not seen before. It's really going to help you, analyzing and creating that data engineering mindset.
All right. Thank you, Uji. Dami wants to say something.
Yeah, I actually want to add a line to that, is that if it's just to use our platform to get knowledge and, just knowledge, I think you can choose which module you eventually decide on. But if you want to be traced within our platform such that we can ascertain you as, part of our brand, I would say, we want to have that confidence that you've gone through what we have deposited in you throughout that line. Okay. So I think the decision is really yours. You have to look at what is your end goal. If your end goal is like, okay, I know what is in the in beginner, so I don't need it. I just want their knowledge for advanced, then I'm good. Then I think you can wait for that. But if you want to get the benefit that comes with, what we offer as a company, I think it's really important that you consider registering on the beginners.
All right. Thank you, Dami. Emmanuel, can you please, so that we don't waste any much more of that time? Emmanuel, can you go ahead? Is Emmanuel still on this call? Emmanuel Episu. Sorry. Okay, so I don't. Okay, Emmanuel Opo, can you go ahead?
Good evening, everyone. Can you guys?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, my question is regarding how do they track persons? So from the website, it's stated that just 3 persons will be considered for probably internship or the talent pipeline. So from my point of view, I feel majority of persons here, they paid for this program, and on the fact that the ultimate target is probably the talent pipeline. So if on a case where probably the turn up, like the active persons are more than what you expect to get. So how do you track, which ranking what to pick? So is there like a transparent way so someone can actually know, probably it was from my end, and so such like that?
All right, Dami, Oji, I don't know who wants to take.
I can take that. So thanks, Emmanuel, for that question. I think most of the things you've been seeing from our marketing leads is that, we did not, initially, we did not even want to tell people the end goal. Okay? So we didn't want to tell people, the goal is, this is what lies behind you, but again, we thought internally that, can we actually tell people what we're actually doing, we're setting this for, and we said, let's put out, just because you can have a lot of people register as well, and we make promises, and we don't deliver. We want to promise exactly what we can deliver on. So we do not also opt for a big set of classroom for each cohort. We also have a peak, so we're also managing this. To answer your question more succinctly, If we have 100 people who meet all the necessary criteria, those 100 people would have the opportunity for the talent pipeline, will have the opportunity for an internship, will have one of the opportunities that we have opened, either through an internship, either through a pipeline, either through not directly to Data2Bots extended team, but to Data2Bots partners where they can also get a job. We'll definitely find a place to, there's a benefit, there's a career benefit behind it. That's the goal. However, I will be very honest and transparent to say that we've seen people that we've paid in the talent pipeline that still don't succeed. Okay, and the reason being that they're not committed. They think it's a joke. Yeah, we've seen this happen. So getting into the talent pipeline, getting paid, getting all of those things does not also mean that you get into the extended team, except you get a full commitment. But the moment you get into talent pipeline, you get paid. That's what it is.
Okay, thank you so much, Dami. Then I need to put that also that talent pipeline is a paid program, right? So if you are coming in as a data trainee, you will be paid during the time you will be with us, depending on this level of skills or experience you have. So Emmanuel, Oppo, I think you'll be our last before we call it a day. Can you please take over?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, I actually had two questions, but you answered one. The second question is, I just paid for this beginner course. I just paid now, and then I paid before I heard you actually like need a Linux system for it. But I have a Windows system. So my question is, I hope the installed Linux in the Windows system with like there won't be much difference between it and the main Linux system.
Okay, I think Joshua mentioned this. Maybe Joshua would like to buttress this. Joshua, do you want to answer this question? I think you explained.
Yeah. So I said having a Windows system is perfectly fine. You can install a Linux subsystem, that's the WSL, on your Windows system, and that allows you have a Linux system within your Windows system. So like all the bash commands that you learn during the course, you can run in that subsystem, and that's perfectly fine.
All right, thank you so much. Idowu is asking, the Git terminal will suffice, right? Okay, Israel has answered that. Okay, someone is asking, is there a certificate for every model? Oji, do you want to take that?
No, I don't think there's a certificate for every module, but a particular career track, there's a certificate for it.
Yeah. All right. Phoebe, you have something to say? Your answer
I just wanted to say that for the beginners module, the Windows system, you can use a Windows system for the beginners module. Is once you get to the intermediate and advanced that the differences sort of start to show. But for the beginners module, you can use a Windows system and it will be fine.
All right. Thank you so much. I think at this point.
Sorry.
Yes,
even
please.
for the advanced module, even using a Windows system is not going to be a problem because you're going to be inside the cloud. If you just have a VS Code, that's fine, where you develop your code locally and all of that. I think the most difference will come with the intermediate career track. If you have a Windows system, you can still install a VM, a virtual machine, a Linux, and that will also work well, just to be safe.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. I think at this point, if you still have any question, I would implore us to follow us on our social media page. If you see on your screen, follow us at Data2Bots on all social media platforms. And if you want to still enroll, now that it is still open, because once we end, I'm sorry, by the time you come back to the website, you might see it back to 25%. So please take note of that. If you are looking to visit that, please go to the website on your screen, academy.data2bots.com. And if you have any other question, please send us a mail to at academy.data2bots.com. Okay, so I don't know. I want us to put in the session how did it meet your expectation? Please put that in the comment section. How was it? How was the session? Do you feel like your answers have met or it met your expectation? Please, I want to see that before we call it a night or a day. Okay, I'm not seeing anything, so I want to just assume that it was a great session. So please let's enjoy the rest of our day and don't forget to follow us on our platforms. And you can send questions as well. You can go to our social media page, our last post, please go there to ask your questions and somebody will be there to answer you as well. So yes, I don't know if we still have Dami, do we have anything? OG, do we still have anything we want to say before we call it a day?
I think it's just to say thank you.
Yes.
Is they're very happy to work with you on this journey, and we look forward to seeing you, on the other side.
All right. So inform your friends if what you gained, what you benefit, what Data2Bots is about, and we'll be more than glad to attend to you. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining. Thank you for creating time out of your busy schedule, right, to join the meeting. We really appreciate as a team. So let's have a nice day ahead of us. Yeah. Bye, everyone. See you in class. Yeah. See you in class. Bye.